Hi everyone, Alex Slezak here, and I want to thank you for taking the time to visit the blog. In this post, what I want to do is I want to talk about rotational throwing. And one of the most difficult things, well basically when you look at tennis, beginners play tennis with their hands, intermediate players play tennis with their arms, and advanced players play with their whole entire body. And one of the most difficult things as a coach to do is to try and teach kids how to actually generate power from the ground up or from the bottom up, as opposed to just generating it with the top of their body with their arm or just their hand. And what I found out is I can coach kids up as much as I possibly want and try and tell them this is what you have to do. You have to push through your legs and do all this, rotate the hips, but it just doesn't work. The best thing to do is to actually get the kids to feel to be able to do that. So let's talk about rotational medicine ball throws. And one of the exercises I do to get kids to feel what it feels like to actually generate energy or power from the ground up is to do rotational med ball throws against the wall. Now, if I was working with a younger kid or a smaller kid, I definitely would not use a medicine ball. I would use something like a foam ball or maybe a foam soccer ball or something along the lines. Because what we're interested in doing is we're interested in teaching them coordination. What we want them to be able to do is transfer the energy from their legs through their hips, through a stable trunk or lumbar, through a stable trunk or core, and then the thoracic spine, your upper part of your body, rotates away, and then it transfers out into the rest of the stroke. Now, training things in isolation, for example, if I train my legs in isolation, or I train my trunk or my core in isolation, or I train my arms in isolation, yes, those areas of your body are going to get stronger, but ultimately our body does not work in segments. It works, and your brain works in complete movement patterns. So to be able to hit a forehand tennis ball, this is a complete entire movement pattern, and muscles have to fire in the correct order at the correct time. And that's what this rotational medicine ball throw really teaches. So what we do is, or what I do, is to get the kids to be able to feel this, what it feels like to generate power from the ground up. I have them take a medicine ball, and I tell them, you're just going to throw this ball as hard as you can against the wall. And what they do is I coach them up to load their weight on their back leg, and then I have them push forward and push the ball as hard as they can into the wall. Now, sometimes I'll have them push and catch. Sometimes I'll have them push and then let it go. Either way, it doesn't really matter. What matters is that they're coordinating the whole entire movement. And at first, what you'll see is you'll have kids stand up and then they'll push, and you can see that the movement's not really coordinated. But the more they do it, the more coordinated that movement will become. So that's what rotational medicine ball throwing is really all about, and it's about teaching kids coordination. And that coordination can transfer directly into hitting forehands and backhands, hitting serves, because they're generating power from the ground up, and they're learning a movement pattern as opposed to just learning, trying to learn things in segments. They're learning an entire movement pattern. So I hope that video helped you out. I hope it helps you understand why we do some medicine ball throws, and take a look at the post below for a little bit more in-depth information.